this business?
My husband hired me as a stylist.
What a good move on his part.
Yeah. If you hear him tell the story, he hired me and now I tell him what to do. But,
And things run better that way.
It does.
Well, I found that to be true in my own life. So, tell us a little bit about the challenges of starting up a salon and a spa. I mean, there's got to be some cattle.
A lot involved. There really is. And for us, and especially in my position, my husband had already started the business years ago, and our big challenge was moving into a larger space, which we did 3 years ago. And the number one challenge is finding good help, unfortunately. The equipment comes along, we were able to get loans, that fell into place, but I tell you what, that turnover, trying to find the right fit, is difficult. You know?
One thing I was curious about, we've been talking about getting started in entrepreneurial spirit and things like that. And so I know when people are going to start a business, a lot of things they look for is like, how are we going to stand out? And in Kansas City, you know, there's salons and spas all over the place. So what did you think were your differentiation factors? What's going to make you guys stand out from the crowd, you know, and really bring that business in?
We've always looked for a niche market. Back when I first joined my husband, nobody was doing telephone book advertising. Oh. And there was one other salon that had a display ad. So we launched a display ad as Color Experts. That completely built our business.
Wow.
And so now it's constantly looking for something new. We launch ourselves as curly hair specialists because that is a niche market and they feed off of each other and send in clients. So it's just finding something that nobody else is really promoting and latching onto that and running with it.
Rhonda, I love that. If you know me at all, you'll hear me say meaningfully unique over and over and over again. But that's because I'm always trying to push people to find that niche, find that thing that makes them special. Mm-hmm. And so you mentioned color specialist and then curly hair. So, you know, it's one thing to say, what could we do that's different? But it has to be a match, right? For something that'll work. So what's your process for finding?
We've been lucky to where these things have sort of fallen into our lap. Mm-hmm. I had a stylist that was doing curly hair specialties, and we pursued that a little more. We sent 8 stylists to New York. It mushroomed, and so we truly have that just falling into our lap. But we go to hair shows, we go to competitions, we travel all over the world. I'm going to Vienna next week, I'm going to be in London in October, looking for that next thing. You just never know when it's going to land in your lap.
So you mentioned we've been lucky, it lands in our lap. But it's not luck, right? It's you just said that one of your keys to success is finding good help, and you hire for attitude and personality, right? But it's also, they also, every employee has a particular skill and a strength, and so it's about finding what those things are. So I love that.
Yes, it really is. We raise our own. Okay. I like to promote that because we do hire fresh talent right out of school, and we have a training program for them because when they get out of school, they don't know what they don't know, and if they just go to work someplace and try to build their own clientele, they don't know why their clients aren't coming back. They don't know they're not doing good haircuts, good color. And so we teach them. They're in a fundamentals program with us for 9 months to a year before we give them their... In that process, we kind of find their fit and work with them and say, you know what, you got to run with this because you're amazing at this. And that just happened recently within the last year. One of our girls, she interviewed me with this. She had her hair straightened, and she said, well, I actually have curly hair. And I go, girl, that is going to be your ticket. And sure enough, she's on the floor now. She's been on the floor 6 months, has a full book, and it's nearly all curly clients.
Wow.
How are you going to innovate, or how are you going to scale? Are you going to start a franchise?
No.
No, because that would get away from what you feel is important.
It really is. I'm a micromanager. I'll be the first one to say it. If I try, you know, everybody says, oh, put a salon out south, or put a salon out north, or out west, wherever they want, close to home. And we just haven't done that. It's not that we won't. I just haven't found the correct model for me. But just next month, in October, we have a whole new platform launching. And so everything is going to be hosted in the air, in the cloud, whatever it is, up there. I'm 51, come on, right? But no, it's going to be hosted in the cloud. And so what that's going to do, it's going to enable us to have iPads or tablets of some sort in the salon, and while people are getting their hair cut or while their color processes or wherever they have downtime, we're checking them out. Everything's done right at the chair, so when they're ready to leave, they just get up and go.
It sounds like a concierge service.
It completely is, and that's what we call it. We have 2 people that we're training as our concierge. Yes.
Incredible.
Hi, this is Cheryl. I think that one of the things that sounds to me the reason why you're successful in part is because you kind of know who you are as a business.
True.
And as part of that is you're not taking on more than you can handle. You're kind of being methodical about it. And so I'm just curious to know, I see you're on 39th Street. Is that, being sort of in the urban core, was that a deliberate choice? Do you think that's important to your business model, or how's it affected it?
I believe it's very important to our business model. My husband lived in Midtown when we met, and I moved back to Kansas City, and I gravitated in my youth, of course, to Midtown. But the thing about Midtown, it's like if you go to any big city and you're looking for the arts center,
Right.
it's going to be in the inner city. And I really believe that in my heart. We're in the heart of the arts in Kansas City.
Well, Rhonda, it's very evident that there's a definite method to your madness and that it's paying off very well for you, and I think that's fantastic. And right now, we're in such a social media frenzy, and there's so many different channels. How has social media worked to help your business, and what do you feel is the most effective channel for you in your salon?
The social media has definitely helped our business. Back when we first moved back from Hawaii, we took a little 5-year hiatus and moved to Hawaii and came back in 2003. And I developed a website, and there weren't very many salons with websites in the city at that time. And from there, it sort of mushroomed. So I've tied everything together: the website, all of our social media. For us, it was Facebook is definitely our number one. We can put on there every morning if we've got openings. So people know to go for that, and then we have Facebook and Twitter combined.